So in the last video, I know I talked about something 99% of people skip when trying to build wealth: the foundation. Before you build anything, whether it's a house, a tower, or your investment portfolio, Jesus said this: suppose one of you wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you even have enough money to complete it? Luke 14:28. This verse hit me hard because it really emphasizes that risk needs to be tolerated. Ideas, planning, strategies, they need to be sit down and processed. And in my last video, I talked about that foundation, rooted in wisdom, not hype. Today, I want to show you how to build and apply my strategy, a framework that helps me invest with clarity, peace, and purpose. Even when the market gets wild, let's get into it. And if you haven't watched my first video on the hierarchy, the investor's mindset, the hierarchy of investing, with like Maslow's hierarchy of needs applied, go watch that video. It's going to be so important. You won't really understand this video without watching that video. All right. Now, the second thing is, when we look at the whole concept and idea comes from Maslow's theory-based hierarchy of needs. And this is a perfect idea to extract information, extract knowledge and wisdom from, because this is how humans work. As humans, we need these pillars of thought processing, risk. We need these pillars to emphasize and for us to prioritize and preference how we go about executing our lives and making decisions. The whole idea of investing is to dominate oneself. And this is exactly what the hierarchy of needs shows us. It shows us how to preference our needs, how to meet our needs, and to continue to grow and scale ourselves into higher echelons of life. Beautiful. All right. But without further ado, this is going to be my own investment hierarchy strategy applied. All right. As we look at this, as we look at my own hierarchy and we apply it to Maslow's, this is like from an investor's perspective. I think we first look at that first pillar, right? That first pillar is psychological, right? So the Bible also talks about this. It's like psychological, right? So God forbid, if I were to pass away, if anything were to happen to my life, how can I immediately transport the wealth to my generations, to my family, right? How can I immediately transfer that wealth, right? And Proverbs 13:22 highlights this very effectively. It states, "A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children, and the wealth of the sinners is laid up for the just." So first things first is immediate inheritance. All right. So God forbid, if anything were to happen to me, I have a life insurance policy over my life. So that it doesn't matter what age you are, get it while you're young. All right. God forbid anything to happen to you, you can immediately transport that wealth, right? It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And when it happens, we want to make sure that we have that protection already created. All right. So moving on, long-term investment, 20 years plus, that you don't want to touch at all, right? And that's going to be my Roth IRA. And I have a Roth IRA, and essentially, this is a great long-term investment just because, at the age of 60, I'm able to pull it out tax-free. All right. Can't touch it. The idea is you shouldn't want to touch your long-term investment. All right. And then as we move forward, next section here is money creation. Deuteronomy 8:18 perfectly articulates this concept. All right. It says, "But remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you the ability to produce wealth, and so confirms his covenant, which he swore to your ancestors as it is today." So a lot of people, they want to invest, they want to make these investment moves, they want to throw all their money into investment portfolios. But what happens is they don't even have anything to fall back on. Investing is not really to create money. It's to duplicate the money that you have. All right. This next concept here is money creation. Whatever your skill set is, right? Whatever you do for work, that is going to be how you create money. And the idea is that you need to become good at your craft. You need to become valued. You need to continue to spend time immersing yourself into your own skill set, learning, expanding your mindset, right? And for me, I do that with sales. That's what I do for work. I'm in sales. That gives me the income engine to now take that money and now invest it into the next category I call midterm, my midterm investment, which is the crypto crypto and stock trading. All right, and I'm gonna get more into this in a later video. I'll deeply debunk my strategy for the crypto market and stock trading, but in this video, just want to give you an overview. All right, and then last but not least, self-actualization. And it says, finally, now our core needs are met. We're ready to pursue our deepest desire for self actualization to become the most complete and authentic version of ourselves. With the fundamentals taken care of, we're free to act as we choose, aligned with our values and higher purpose. So, at the top of my wealth building hierarchy, I have branding, content creating, coaching, and mentorship, right? And essentially, this wealth building investment hierarchy has taken me, 8+ years to really figure out and understand how to build a foundation, understand how to like put these building blocks together so that I can become an effective trader, right? Because it's all about, like I said, dominating oneself, one's belief, one's mindset, one's perspective. All right. For self-actualization, it creates prioritization for our needs, right? And practically this becomes a game plan, a blueprint for effective trading, right? Because a trading is more or less, it's also risk taking, risk management, right? And all of that can be done when you have your priorities and your needs met. You have your immediate inheritance, right? Life insurance. You have your long-term investment with the Roth IRA. You have money creation through your skill sets and your craft. All right. And then you have midterm, which is crypto trading, stock trading. And then at the top of my wealth building hierarchy, branding and content creating, coaching, mentorship, which is everything that I'm doing right now. This is what I'm truly passionate about, sharing this information with you guys, so that you guys can implement these things. It can be implemented in your families and your generations. All right. The idea is to spread this information. So spread this information with a friend. It's the idea is not to gatekeep. A lot of people, they have all this information, but they gatekeep it to themselves. Not what I want to do is I want to share it. As there's a very, very famous phrase. It goes, the last step in mastering something is to teach it. Okay. So go ahead, take this, you guys. It's all free game. Implement it. Let me know how you guys are implementing it. Let me know what you like most about this. And feel free to drop a like and a comment down below so more people can see this video. And appreciate you guys watching. Until next time, all right? God bless you, boys and gals. Stay motivated, stay positive. Let's get it.